But your happiness is not dependent on your weight. Health doesn't come in one particular size. One of the things that's really important to me is doing some kind of food prep on a weekend ready for the week, because even though I work from home, I don't want to spend hour prepping food every single day. Like, I have stuff I have to do, and I would rather, there's things like going to the gym or going for a walk and working and stuff that's really important for me, taking the time for an hour of reading or whatever else it is. But I want to be able to kind of have food ready in the fridge. So like, I make a big salad, which I did yesterday. I already have a load of prepped sweet potatoes from last week that I'm just probably going to eat up. But I'm going to do some chicken. I really fancied some like slow cooker chicken. So I've got 4 chicken breasts in the slow cooker pot, and I'm adding just a small amount of this fajita smoky barbecue, because quite honestly it's very high in salt and I don't want that flavour. And then I'm going to add a jar of salsa, just like Doritos, the Dorito salsa. That's it. Vlogmas Day 12 talking about something that I feel like I learned the hard way, but I'm grateful that I learned it at all, because I think so many women know this but haven't understood it. And I think it all stems from this idea that once we lose weight, we will find love, we will find happiness, we'll get that promotion, we'll get that boyfriend, that person will finally notice us. We'll be able to do things that we weren't able to do when we were overweight. It doesn't work like that. The reason you haven't found love, haven't got that promotion, haven't got that dream job, haven't moved to that city that you want to live in is nothing to do with your weight. Has absolutely nothing to do with what you weigh, what you eat, how often you work out. Your health has everything to do with that. Your body size will have things to do with that. But your happiness is not dependent on your weight. Health doesn't come in one particular size. And I thought about this today. I had a conversation this morning, and I'm not going to go into the details, but it was one of those conversations where I was just like feeling a reaction in myself, yet it was the most pointless reaction I could have, because there was no listening. There was no talking to, and there was no listening. And the reality is that if you set an expiry date on your goal, and you set your goal as only about vanity and only about the size of your pants, or I need to lose a certain amount of weight for X reason, like a holiday or whatever it might be, you have to live after that event. And so often we don't think about that. And when I started losing weight, because I don't really know how else to describe it, but when I started back in 2010, May 2010, on a diet plan, my goal in that moment was to lose weight for my wedding. That was it. I lost weight for my wedding. I came home from our wedding and went straight back to the gym a few days later, jet lagged. Like a couple of days later, I was still jet lagged. I went back to work. Nothing had changed. And the weight that I had lost did not change my life. It improved my health, of course. But then slowly, between the August and the following March, I gained weight. I didn't have this goal anymore. This goal that I had been met. I had lost 30, 40 pounds and the goal had been met. I got married. I felt amazing in the moment. And that's why I started to struggle, because I didn't have a goal outside of, I don't want to be an overweight bride. And that was when things started to change. Now, I lost 100 pounds over a 3-year period, but it was not a plain sailing. It was not just linear success. I plateaued, I struggled, I gained weight, I lost weight. Some weeks I lost 3 pounds, some weeks I gained 2. It was up and down. But I genuinely believe that something happened, because as I lost more and more weight, I think inside felt like this kind of sucks, and how am I going to manage this once I reach there? Like, once I get to that goal weight, how am I going to maintain this? And that's when I started to look out and into social media, and I happened to find Danny J, who founded the Sweaty Betties back in 2012, the summer of 2012. I found her on Twitter. I was just getting into Twitter. Still don't really get Twitter. And through her, I found Metabolic Effect, who I am now certified as a nutrition consultant through. I just feel like these things happen for a reason, and it's like each person that I met along this journey has transformed how I have been able to live, because I've listened and I've taken their advice and I've taken their steps and I've made it work for me. And that's what I do with my clients. And with all of my clients, it's like, it's not about the weight. I have clients who are in their 60s, have struggled with their weight for over 40 years, and finally get it. And I realize that there are some people that I am never going to be able to help. Some of those people, unfortunately, are very close to my life. But I don't want to say waste, but I can't put out my energy to people who don't want it. It's the same way as every week when I write an email. There is a good chance when I write this email, actually, you're watching this video and today's email, there's always a good chance that it could either piss people off, or that somebody's going to go, I haven't thought about it in that way. I want more of those moments. I don't come out to intentionally piss people off, but I'm always going to be honest. I'm always going to be realistic, because I have lived this. And that's what makes me a good coach, is that I have lived through this. I have learned the hard way. But I am so fucking grateful that I learned the lesson in the first place.